what I realized too is like the older I get, like being removed from actual formal like setting of school where you have like a very rigid schedule, you kind of have things that are, say like you got class, you have like an organized
homework, clubs, meetings and shit. Yeah,
and I'm a creature of habit. So like one thing that I've noticed is older I get, the further I get away from school, like I have no fucking like time management for real. Like outside of like a job that I get paid for and could get like, unless somebody can check me on it. That's the only reason I'll be organized. But my own personal like time management is horrific.
Yeah.
So goals for 2016. Get my shit together.
I'm here for that. Honestly, I feel like that is part of our dynamic because I'm so organized with my time. Like
you are crazy organized, and I respect it and I love it and I appreciate it.
My minutes of the day are all calculated like a week ahead. So
yeah, girl.
On principle, like I try and plan things out ahead of time. So that's good. I'm excited for you. My goal for 2016 is to like get fit.
Amen.
Like I know that that's such a cliche thing, but
no, I mean, a lot of people ain't doing it.
Right. And what I decided to do was like put my hair back in braids, and I signed up for this like yoga course, so I get like the first X number of classes for however much, and I'm like gonna start going like 3 times a week.
Shout out to the Protective Styles. You better put your hair back in some braids and get to it.
Can't do it.
Get that body moving.
Yeah. So I'm like really excited because I lost like 15 pounds since the summer.
Wow.
But I want to like get...
Doing what?
Me muscular. Nothing, girl. Just,
Let me get that 23-year-old snap again.
I stopped snacking. I'm a chronic snacker. Like I am one of those people that has chips, Wheat Thins, gummies, anything in my desk to eat all day. And I had to cut that shit out. And then that, plus like I try not to eat too late. I drink so much water during the day. It's unreal. Like I fill up a, 30-ounce water bottle, like
that's dope.
5 times a day.
Damn.
Yeah, like I drink a lot of water. So
I told you I was like stalking Gabrielle Union's Instagram page.
You didn't, but I know that you were for some reason.
Yeah.
Did you post?
And I discovered she drinks like her like age defying secret is she drinks a gallon of water each day. And that's what helps her. She was like, the goal is drink a gallon of water each day. That's one of my age defying secrets. And you have to be finished by 6 p.m. Otherwise you'll be peeing all night. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Look at you. It's not me, my phone going off. Just saying. Anyway, so no, it was good. Like, anyway, so my goal is to do a gallon of water a day.
Right.
Despite my schedule.
You have to, at some point, evaluate. And, like, I think we're in that period of, like, okay, schedules are slowing down. Luckily, we have off the week between Christmas and New Year's. Like, we have time to get our shit together and then
I'll be in Colombia. Turning the fuck up.
Whatever. Okay, so this is episode 17. No, episode 18.
Wow.
This is the year finale. This is our last episode of 2015. This is D.
This is C.
And this is
Black Meets World. Yo, it's the last episode of the year.
Which is like really interesting.
That's like I like the completion of things.
Right.
So it makes you feel like, yo.
It's kind of full circle a little.
A little bit. We started, 6 months ago?
Yeah.
6 months ago, we've had, how many episodes? 18?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
So, I'm very proud of how this foolishness got all started.
I agree.
We've learned a lot about each other. I've learned that you're rich, a trust fund baby, and you have streets named after you in the Bronx.
I swear, oh God, I can't.
I have learned.
Y'all, all the breath is just taken.
That you have courtside seats to the New York Liberty games, including, didn't you go to a game this week? You went to what? The New Jersey hockey game.
I went to the Devils game.
The Devils game. All right. You went to, didn't they win? Didn't they win
No.
Okay.
You don't know what it's called. And no,
I know. Stanley Cup. Don't come for me, bitch. I am cultured. You will not listen.
They haven't won since like the 2000s.
Either way.
I don't even watch hockey. My good friend has season tickets and they, have extra tickets and I sometimes get to go. But I agree. I learned a lot about you as well. You're also rich and famous and know every Black professional on the island, as well as travel to, 15 countries a year, which is nice.
The only thing that's true is the last part.
Okay.
Rich, famous, girl, I'm striving.
Well, you call me a trust fund baby and I don't have time.
I'm So,
right. right. Shout out to us. This has been a really interesting journey.
Yeah.
You heard some of our goals earlier, which, you know, y'all should make some goals, write them down, send them to us. Ooh, tell us what your goals for 2016 are.
That's cool. You know what's real? So have you ever done a vision board, or do you do vision boards?
No, I'm not crafty.
Okay.
Like, I feel like that's like a super Pinteresty, like, crafty thing that I'm not. I just write shit down.
Yo, these sirens in the back are just like
just loud.
Going.
They're just gonna be
Welcome to Harlem, y'all. The crafty, like, I will say this, I'm not a crafty person. Honestly, you know what? I'm just particularly kind of lazy. So whenever I put my energy into something that seems that's in a creative like realm, I feel like I would do well at it. Like, put me, painting something. I might not pick it up on my own time to just regularly do it as a hobby, but I'll be great at it if you put that shit in front of me. Mm-hmm. Put me in let's do karaoke. Well, I love karaoke. So
and y'all, if you haven't heard C sing, listen to our most recent episode. Baby girl hits all the R. Kelly notes.
I'm not hitting notes. First of all, let's discuss last episode. I was so drunk out of my mind. I spilled 2 full glasses of liquor, which I don't drink. So mad about it. Then I'm listening to the playback of this damn podcast. I didn't even know.
I was crying.
Wawa didn't even know that she was doing the stuff that she was doing, singing the stuff that she was singing. I was full on, like, giving a show in the background.
You were. And I was 100% here for it.
And it was so many, it was us.
It was us. It was M.
It was M.
It was Major, VOX.
It was
and
Runway. It was so many of us, and I was just in the background just
cutting up.
Jamming. Meanwhile, we got this high alcohol content liquor.
Well, we're celebrating.
We are celebrating.
Whatever. So yeah, definitely tell us your.
We're gonna stop,
goals.
Pouring so loudly on the podcast, and we are drinking. You'll just hear the change in our in the conversation.
Yeah.
Versus us actually pouring. That's me pouring right now. Okay, I'm stopping.
So one thing before we kind of do a quick episode is I thought about this earlier today. I was thinking about all the stuff that's happened in 2015, and my first thought was Rachel Dolezal. Still hashtag Ask Rachel was still just one of my top favorite things that ever happened because it just brought the Black community so near and dear to me. On Twitter, just everybody understood what was going on, why it was happening, and we just banded together, and I loved it.
But you know what? I have ambivalent feelings about Rachel. I feel Black Twitter just gave me so much joy, happiness, and I wanted to I
just wanted to hug everyone.
I wanted to hug everyone for the creativity that was put out in 0.2 seconds of her being accused of, or being confronted about not being Black. But on the flip side, it's you know what? Let's embrace the girl. I don't see you see other white girls or people who are not Black or other people who are not African American, appropriating our culture, but don't necessarily get in a place of where they want to make action.
Yes.
That will actually help the Black community.
Right.
And quick thing. So not Mac Miller. Is his name Mac Miller?
Are you talking about Macklemore?
Mac Miller.
Okay.
Mac Miller, the rapper. White dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, he put on Twitter, he was for all the white kids that love hip hop, but aren't, but don't care about Black Lives Matter, he said something to that effect of wake up.
Right.
And I was like, you know what?
Shout out to you.
Shout out. First of all, his album is kind of fire though.
Mac Miller is
he's a low key yo, I kind of rocks with you right now. This music is actually good.
He's he reminds me of a come up of Eminem, kind of the second
millennial Eminem.
Yeah, definitely
he likes to party.
But
he knows how to
rapping,
get money. Yeah, he's good at rapping.
Knows the culture, knows hip hop culture, but doesn't have to appropriate to be in it. Which I
agree. That's the key thing. He does his own thing. He doesn't feel like he's. Yeah, it doesn't feel like appropriation.
Right. So there was that. There was Cosby. We've gone through Donald Trump. There's just so many things that have happened.
And just talking about current events that kind of were high in media, and then we had some unfortunate events, the Black Lives Matter movement.
So I guess kind of to recap some of the sort of long-term things that we had talked about, the first officer who was tried in the Freddie Gray trial was not convicted. It was actually ruled a mistrial by a Black judge.
So that happened this week.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see what happens.
They were protesting. I was looking at CNN.
Yeah.
I mean, it just sucks.
And he was a black officer. You know, there's so many dynamics, and we could have a whole episode about this. Yeah. I don't know if you know. What
so, I mean? Quick thing. So, I was watching a documentary on Jordan Davis. Yeah. The kid who got shot and killed when he was in a gas station with his friends and they were playing loud music. A car pulled up of a Caucasian man and his wife. The Caucasian man asked, the car full of like these teenagers to, please put your volume down, please turn it off. And they did. And then Jordan is in the back seat, young typical teenager, like, nah, fuck that, turn it up. And, the guy in the car had some words with Jordan, and like less than a minute later, the guy pulls out a weapon, shoots him in the head, in the leg. There were, how many bullets?
Too many.
Yeah, one too many. Within a short time period.
I think it was like 10.
10 bullets. Yeah, 3.5 minutes or something like that. Yeah. And they killed this young kid for no reason. But they ruled that his first degree murder was a mistrial. He was convicted of second degree murder for attempted murder, shooting into, an occupied, space vehicle, or whatever.
Vehicle, right. The attempted murder of 9 people, but the murder of actual
listen.
So, all right.
So mistrials, I guess, are top of mind for me because I'm like, mistrial means basically it never happened almost.
Yeah, but they could be convicted on other charges. They could retry. There's just other things that can happen. So we'll obviously stay abreast of that situation going forward. Also, we mentioned this maybe last week or the week before. Daniel Holtzclaw, actually it was probably a couple episodes ago.
Quick reminder on who he is. He basically raped 13 African-American women. Like, specifically.
In Oklahoma City as a police officer.
And he was a part of the law.
Right. So he actually was convicted, and a lot of people were really pleased. This is a very important conviction. Let's not diminish that, but it's interesting just to see, like, a group of his white peers who convicted him in Oklahoma City. Like, that is a stride, we need, but his reaction at least showed, I guess, some people were just annoyed, like he was crying and this and that. And I was just kind of like, well, he should feel bad.
Yo, a police officer in jail? What?
Yeah.
That ass getting taken.
We don't have to get into it. Moving on from that, because I'm not. We also have the debate. The debates have been happening. And
man.
Donald Trump, has been leading the polls in a lot of these states where people haven't even seen black people before, I guess, and don't know anything about minorities or whatever the case. I mean, there's people literally in this country supporting him, saying that we shouldn't have any Muslims in the country.
So I saw the best clip on Trevor Noah, Daily Show with Trevor Noah.
Oh, okay.
And so Trevor Noah, for those who aren't as familiar, he's a comedian, South African comedian. He took over Jon Stewart's spot. Yeah. Super, super funny. So basically they had this, they had like a clip that they did. They did a real panel of people who they basically polled, and they were like, they're all right-wing Trump supporters. Like, if the election comes up right now, they will vote for Trump. Mind you, did you watch it? It was like mostly Hispanic and like one white dude. It was like, maybe I think like 8 people, and mostly Hispanic, like from Texas, these conservative states. And the dude was asking, why do you support Trump? And the one guy couldn't give a good answer. He was just like, I don't know, the more crazy stuff he says, I support him more. But the one that really got me was, they said, all right, what will, if there was anything that happened that would make you not vote for Trump, what would it be? And they asked a series of questions. And one of the questions was, if Trump started asking for registering all Muslims that live in America, and they said, would this actually make you feel like you don't want to vote for Trump? No one raised their hands. They were like, no, we would still vote for Trump. They asked the same question. They said, would you feel that you wouldn't want to vote for Trump if he took a registration for all Jews? Like, half of the population started raising their hands.
Of course.
Because I'm like, so the Holocaust has to happen for you to realize, to one group of people, for you to realize how crazy this sounds?
Well, you say that, but slavery happened, and look at us.
Oh, girl, talk to me. Hey,
so I get, like, yes, but also it just really depends on the color of your skin. And I'll never forget the tweet I saw. I always go back to the tweet because it was just so real. And it was like, if profiling was really a thing, they would police white people at schools and movie theaters. the way they police Muslims at airports and the way they police black people on the street. And it was the most real shit ever. Like, right, like, who the hell shoots up schools? Loner white people, depressed white people who need help. But everybody else is a domestic terrorist,
right,
or is connected to ISIS, or is, you know, out of their mind. Oh, okay.
Anon.
Anon is in jail for life, and we don't know if he actually killed that guy.
Because he killed his...
Hae Min Lee. Listen, I remember that story like it was yesterday.
Yo, you naming the names and everything.
I love the podcast. Anyway, so...
Hashtag cereal.
My favorite... Hashtag cereal. So my favorite this week was Whites Against Trump, because...
Yo, hashtags was a poppin'.
It was just so incredibly eye-opening, I think, for some white people.
Like, and it was real white people making this hashtag, basically being in arms against Trump.
And so I'm going to just read a couple because they were
Please
just so
enlighten us.
Hashtag Whites Against Trump is basically saying, listen to us say the same thing people of color have been saying, but it's important now because we're white. I was just like...
Repeat that one more time.
Hashtag Whites Against Trump is basically saying, listen to us say the same thing people of color have been saying, but it's important now because we're white. And I was just like...
Listen!
All the facts. All the facts in one tweet. Like, I honestly didn't have to read anymore because I was like, oh, there it is. Someone already understands what's going on, you know?
Damn, don't it feel good to be like, shit, didn't we just talk about this? Like, the fact that you feel so unheard and you feel like no one is listening for so long, but it's just like, oh, now that they've actually said something, maybe we should pay attention.
Right. So if you don't see the white privilege in hashtag Whites Against Trump, you're part of the problem. White privilege is being able to say hashtag Whites Against Trump without having your life threatened. Imagine the reaction to hashtag Muslims Against Trump. And I was like,
well, Muslims is a religion. Muslims is an ethnic religious group versus an entire race, because whites can be Muslims too.
Right. But in the larger scheme of that, if it was blacks against Trump or any other minority group against Trump, it would be a huge issue.
That's real.
Whites Against Trump is great, but if we only hear from you when it's the most visible and extreme forms of racism, miss me.
I like that.
So it was like people were getting really real with this. My favorite, I started laughing because they had a gif of Lawrence Fishburne like at an award show, like cracking up. He said, when you're black, but you're in the hashtag Whites Against Trump hashtag just to chill with the cool white people.
hello, and hello.
Yeah, so I mean, it was interesting because I think a lot of people took a different approach, you know, to looking at that hashtag. And I think the first one I read is just so indicative of the times we're living in. You know, we speak up, any minority speaks up for themselves, and it's never enough. And then you have white people who, you know, ally or band together, and changes get made. If you look historically, once white people join a certain movement, things change.
Starts happening.
Right. And so, you know, I'm interested to see what kind of impact Trump actually makes and like what is going to happen next.
You know what's really funny? I was watching The Nick, the show on Cinemax with like it's based on this hospital. It's like, imagine House, like the medical drama.
I love House. I'm in the middle of House.
A word?
I'm like in the middle of season 6. I'm binge watching hard. I love it.
So imagine House, but based in the early 1900s. And I also just realized I'm getting really tipsy, so I'm going to slow it down. Golly, this liquor is getting to you, girl.
And y'all...
Mercy.
I just want y'all to understand, like, it hasn't been that much.
First of all, we will not continue this conversation in 2016. What we won't do is continually have the conversation about my tolerance.
Let's have a truce then. We'll talk about your tolerance. You don't call me a trust fund child.
These are two separate subjects.
No.
One thing I cannot prevent. You can't prevent the fact that you are privileged. And you have streets named after your family.
Okay.
I'm getting really hot, guys. Oh my goodness.
She's out of control.
Watching The Nick. So basically, like House, but based in the early 1900s, they have this black doctor who came from London and who was, you know, practicing there, but then came to the States and was like, oh shit, there's racism. So anyway, he's like, you know, head surgeon at this point in the season. And there's this thing called, eugenics, which is basically... It's basically Hitler's philosophy in life. It was basically Hitler's like mantra. We need to make the world a better place by ethnic cleansing. So that's basically what eugenics is.
Right.
And so this doctor that was underneath this African-American doctor's watch was basically, you know, like crippling these like a population of boys and putting them off into this like mental institution where they would be away from like the general population.
Right.
And it would not be the boys' choice because they don't have like, it wouldn't be their parents' choice. It would just be this doctor playing kind of like God. So anyway, the black doctor took him to the board of trustees at the hospital and was basically like, I think he needs to have his license revoked. He should not be a doctor. He should not be practicing because he's playing God. And so long story short, the black doctor lost. And one of the men on the board were like, no, I'm actually implementing eugenics into our Columbia University, curriculum. And it just kind of plays on the part that like, this culture of white privilege will protect itself. And it doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. It will continue to protect itself no matter what the issue is in order to keep that stature, in order to keep that kind of like esteem and privilege. Because if this man is over here trying to poke holes in it, like what's that going to mean for the, down the line? Right. So it was just one of those things that was like an eye opener.
I think it's just important.
Sorry, y'all. I'm getting really warm.
I think it's important that we talk about it, though. I mean, or have these conversations because
not until Holocaust happens when eugenics started looking a little crazy,
right? And we're talking about a real candidate who believes in what
most of Middle America believes.
Or maybe what I would say though is like
ignorant.
Middle America hasn't been exposed. Trump has been exposed enough that
think about Trump's life. No, he hasn't. He's exposed to what he wants to be exposed to. You grew up privileged. Yeah. Your dad had money. He gave you literally loans of $1 million to help you start your own business.
Right.
Then you're only going to be surrounded by people on your upper echelon of prestige. So you're going to be only exposed to people in your private schools that you went to. You're only going to be exposed to the international dignitaries and other kind of people on that kind of like highbrow level when you go to all these different functions and events in these different countries.
It's very elitist.
You're only going to see people who look like you and talk like you and are from your kind of like, cloth versus the diversity, which is the world.
Well, I love that like the Republican Party really tried to like
because they realize he's getting a little crazy.
Yeah, they really tried to like.
But you know what's crazy?
He's out of his mind.
There has to be something else that they know he's rooting for that they just don't believe with. The Muslims is like, okay, all right. But there's something else that they really can't fucks with. Because they're like, we can't control this. I feel like it's one of those things where they're like, I can't control this.
Party control. There's no way.
If he gets in office, we can't control him.
That's it. Like, it's a wrap.
It.
All right. So.
Sorry, I gotta slow down.
No, it's fine. You're really funny. So, someone just sent a picture to the group chat. And it says, at work, like, I'll see what I can do. And it's a picture of Stevie Wonder. So, that's how everybody else's Friday is going. Luckily, we're out and free in the world. So, let's talk about the holidays. What are you doing for Christmas?
Woo! All right. So, come Tuesday, the 22nd of December, I'll be heading to Atlanta. Woo! I'll be in Atlanta till the 27th, celebrating, turning up. I might have like a mini 10-year high school reunion.
Of course you will.
I'm going to see some people from the past. I'm really excited, actually.
Yeah, you should
see my family. And then on the 27th, that Sunday, after Christmas, I'm going to be heading to Cartagena, Colombia for the ultimate turn up where we're getting like a house on the beach. We're getting like a bed and breakfast on the beach.
Who are you going with?
Me and my Brazilian friend, her sister, and one of her friends. I met her in Brazil. When I went to Brazil in 2013 and I met her there.
I'm good.
And then ironically, she ended up going to grad school in Atlanta at Emory. And so now we keep seeing each other in a different country. Like I randomly ran into her like in South Africa when I was in Cape Town. We went and saw pictures. We saw the penguins together. We were like straight chilling, hanging out in South Africa together. And every time I meet her, I'm on a different continent. I met her in South America, North America, South Africa, and now we're about to go to Colombia. So we're now about to meet on a different country, in a different country.
So this is why.
Listen. This is like my fourth country I'm gonna hang out with her. So she's Brazilian, and I found out my job was giving us the week off of Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's. So I was like, yo, can I like chill with you and your family in Brazil? Because like Brazilians wear all white for New Year's. They go into the ocean, like this is Rio. But like, I was like, I want the ultimate turn up in Rio for New Year's. So she's like, no, my family's gonna my friends are going to Colombia. Come with us, just, come and hang out.
Meanwhile, just so y'all know, she was just in Rio.
First of all, I was not in Rio. I was in Sao Paulo.
I thought you went to
Bahia.
Oh, okay.
I was in Rio like a couple years ago.
Excuse the fuck out of me.
Anyway.
I will be nicely in New Jersey for New Year's and Christmas.
What you doing for New Year's? Hey, New Year's.
So this is kind of funny. So we have Christmas Eve at my house, and then we go to my.
Wait, you say Christmas Eve is really big in your family?
Yeah,
right?
we have like a lot of people at my house Christmas Eve, and then we go to my grandma's house in the Bronx for Christmas Day, and then New Year. So I used to spend every New Year's with my parents.
Oh,
we as a family
really nice.
Did with like a bunch of other families. It used to be like maybe 5 or 6 hotel rooms worth of people.
Whoa!
And we would go to like a specific hotel every year, bring food,
in
music.
Jersey.
Yeah, like bring food, music, and all this, and get like rooms next to each other. And
this sounds like so much fun.
Doug, we used to be lit for New Year's. Like,
I love that you had such a good relationship with your parents.
When we were like kids, like we did this probably a good 6-7 years. Like a bunch of families, and we all like there was a kids room. Everybody had video games and like cards and games and all that. And then there was like adult room. There were like 2 food rooms. Then there was a music room
dedicated to food.
We like every room was a different. Like everybody took certain rooms and all this.
Super dope.
So we used to, and then the hotel had like a pool table and an actual pool you could go in and all that. So we used to do that every year.
Dope.
So when I went to college, it's kind of when it was like, oh, like my friends want to like have parties and stuff, and I'm like, this is weird. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know how I feel. Like this is awkward.
Wow.
So now my parents are like, well, girl, you doing you, we're gonna do us. So last year I threw my first house party.
Hey, oh, you told me about this.
New Year's Eve. Okay. And it was, I mean, let me rephrase. It wasn't a party. It was a nice gathering of people. Okay. But it wasn't like nothing crazy. And it was great. I ended up 2 turned, but it was rough. But this year I'm gonna do the same and keep myself in check. So yeah, I'll be at my house with my friends, and I'm gonna, cook a bunch of food and get some liquor and have some games and stuff. So
you said by yourself with your friends? Where's mom and daddy?
Okay, living their best life.
Boom. I threw a party last year.
At your house?
At my friend's house. We used to have
you do that.
These wild ass house parties, and we threw like a monstrous, amazing ass event. Like legit for New Year's, it was actually like out of control, amazing. So like we organized it maybe 3 days before New Year's. We put it on Eventbrite. We made an open bar and we charged niggas to get in. So like we charge, I think, like $25, $30 for people to get in. Yeah, for open bar. No, it's nothing. It was in my...
Wait, $25, $30 to get in and open bar?
Yes. And we had food. And we had food.
Why were we friends?
And I hired staff. So this was a house party in Harlem at a really, really nice big ass apartment. And I hired all white staff. Don't judge me. But we had an Eastern European woman who was doing coat check. We had another Eastern European woman who was doing hors d'oeuvres, picking up trash, cleaning up, cooking, warming stuff up. When I tell you, it was actually kind of weird because like when I tell you they were so helpful and like accommodating, like homegirl, I need to actually call her right now. She was just thankful that because I did all this on Craigslist. I found all these people on Craigslist, and I was like looking for people paying $25 an hour. I got a bartender. So like did all this on Craigslist. And when I tell you people, it's what scared me. In New York City, there were so many people who wanted to do the job like the day before like NYE, like on like the 30th, they were like, yeah, I'll do it. Like y'all ain't got no friends or like family to be with on New Year's.
My whole
y'all just hungry for this money?
Is why haven't you thrown us a party?
So that's a side topic. I told you my friend moved. Like that house is no longer available. Like we used to have the most epic of house parties. Like epic. We maybe had I think like 400 people come through.
You did tell me that they moved.
Like and we had top shelf liquor. Like when I tell you this party, everybody won that night. Everybody won. Everybody went home with a smile on their face, with a liver full of liquor. Like everybody had a good time.
I'm trying to win like that too.
And I like hooking people up. I like introducing people. I'm matchmaker. If anybody knows me, they know I'm good at matchmaking.
Yeah.
For others.
We are actually going to wrap this episode right the fuck here. As a matter of fact.
What the fuck did we talk about this episode? Shit, it's whatever.
This is episode about nothing, holiday edition.
That's pretty accurate.
So,
it was entertaining. I apologize for drinking so much. I feel like I'm just talking a lot.
Girl, it's fine. So 2016, we are honestly looking to do a bunch of things. We're looking to get sponsored. We're looking to record in a studio. We're looking to sort of be a little more professional in terms of like our sound quality and some things. So
make it good for you.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all listening and sticking with us. I'm actually shocked that people like actually listen to us still.
See, I'm not. You need to stop undermining it. Listen, don't doubt it. Don't doubt it. We have amazing friends and family who support us, and we're so thankful that everybody listens and like actually like appreciates and gives us feedback on what they hear. Like on a serious note, it's super helpful. But also, we gonna make sure that 2016. You're not going to be, we started in the streets. You can hear all of Harlem behind us as our soundtrack. You heard us pouring drinks.
We're the Lucius and Cookie podcast. Like we are starting on the street.
You have been a part of the growth of this podcast. Hashtag Black Meets World. You are growing with us. Listen, we started
from the bottom.
From the bottom.
We're trying to get it together as a point.
So towards the top.
We appreciate all of our guests that we've had the past, however many episodes. Pretty much almost every episode. Yeah, like you guys have been amazing. Anyway, the point is 2016, we have goals. We're trying to be on the come up. We appreciate y'all sticking with us.
Let me tell you about the hustle of this chick right here. She was in school, had a full-time job, and was doing this podcast on top of like other extracurricular activities of mentoring, coaching, soccer, and all kinds, and going to, these exclusive, floor seat events.
Oh God, the grind never stops,
girl.
So yeah, it's been a really great experience.
I didn't talk about my travel this week, which was out of fucking control.
Okay, you want to talk about that?
So I flew on a propeller plane.
Oh yeah. So check out our Instagram because Homegirl was sitting literally next to the pilot.
Like I could reach out and touch homie, and he had the nerve to keep staring at me. You better turn your ass around with your cute ass, looking like a damn. He looked like a homie from American Sniper.
Hold on, though.
What's his name?
Smile because them miles.
I don't care about no damn. I'm not getting no miles on Cape Cod Airlines. This airline is probably owned by fucking Warren Buffett. And he only does flights between Augusta, Maine. And if anyone didn't know this, Augusta is the capital of Maine. Between Augusta, Maine and Boston. Yeah, Augusta is the capital of Maine. Who knew?
I wish I could have seen.
They have one airport and it has 3 flights that go out each day. And it's on a 4-person passenger plane. It's a Cessna. It's literally a propeller plane.
Oh,
I'm walking on this damn plane looking like, who about to get on this? Girl. I'm over here feeling every goddamn up in the road. Wind blow it wrong. We in a damn ocean.
That's crazy. I've been on a small plane, but I've never been on a propeller.
Girl, I was up by Nova Scotia. I don't trust them winds, and I don't trust nothing else.
I can't. Do you want to tell the story of the little white girl?
Y'all! This will be super quick, but it's hilarious. Seriously. So I was in Augusta, Maine for work. And for those who are not as familiar with Augusta, Maine, as I don't think anyone would or really needs to be familiar with Maine, Augusta is the capital of Maine. It's a state capital. It was formerly Portland, Maine, which, fun fact, Portland, Oregon was actually named after Portland, Maine, because the founders / settlers of Portland, Maine went to Portland, Oregon. Anyway. And I'm in a Target. Mind you, there's one Target in this entire town of maybe 12,000 people. I don't know. Right. It's the smallest capital city I've ever been to. Mm-hmm. I'm in Target. I'm just trying to shoot the shit and do something, in my spare time. So I'm looking for, mind you, I'm in the black hair product section of Target. But it's Target's over here trying to reach the affluent African American female.
If you are a black woman or you have dated a black woman, you know about that little small corner of the aisle.
Yes.
They put all of our stuff in.
Shea Moisture, Bantu,
olive oil,
African.
All right.
So I'm in that aisle trying to find a hair moisturizer because it's cold and my hair is thirsty for some moisturization. So I'm over here perusing the aisle. And all of a sudden I it's kind of close to the toiletry section. So I guess the mom was looking at, I don't know, this little girl and her mom were looking at toiletries or something. So I'm over here kind of searching, got my headphones in, you know, being in New York now, it's kind of like my block to the world. It's like no one will ask me questions if I have my headphones in. So I usually leave them in at all times. So I have my headphones in, acting like I'm listening to music. And I hear a little girl saying, "Why is their skin that color?" And then my ears perked up, first of all. And I was like, "Arr." And so then like I hear the mom being like, "What? Like, what do you mean, sweetie?" And the little girl was like, "Mom, like, why is their skin that dark? Like, why is it brown?" And the mom was like, "Well, honey, some people have brown skin." She's like, "Huh? Why do they have brown skin?" And mom was like, "Well, I mean, you know, sweetie, that's just how life is. There's just some people in the world that have brown skin." And the daughter said, "Mommy, I want brown skin." The mom responded with, "Well, sweetie," she laughed. She's like, "Sweetie, I can't help you with that." But it warmed my heart so much because I happened to be in that same aisle as this little white girl who was saying this.
Well, and kids aren't biased. Like they don't. Right, there's no so hatred innocent. There. They're innocent and they're curious. There's no preconceived notion. It's like, why is this? Yeah, I want that. Aww. Like a general human emotion of, I'm jealous of that, or that's different, or that's curious to me, as opposed to like, I don't know this, I hate it.
I love that.
I was here for that story.
It was so cute, and she was just so genuine with it. And I know the mother saw me, and I feel like the mother was proud that her daughter asked that question versus something else wild as fuck.
Yeah.
Considering I was right there, and I was thinking I wanted to turn around and like give this little girl a hug and then steal her. I was just like, "Oh, you haven't been tainted." But then it also made me realize, like, oh shit, you don't see any diversity.
That was the first thing. So when she texted me the story, I was like, "Oh, she's never seen a black person in my life
ever." Like there was a poster she was looking at.
That was my first thought. I was like, "Damn, you're the first black person she's ever seen."
Like that's in ridiculous. Real life, other than TV and on like posters.
Crazy. So yeah, we'll have more work stories for you in 2016. They will never stop.
Until I quit my job. # hopefully no one from work is listening.
We will also stop drinking as much because C is out here.
I have a low tolerance. I'm sorry, y'all.
Have a blessed Christmas, Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa. Christmas, Kwanzaa.
Christmas, Kwanzaa. And an awesome New Year's Eve. Turn up. So, anyway, thank y'all for listening. Please continue to send your feedbacks to blackmeetsworld@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. Tell your friends. That's what's important.
_meets_world. Yo, I promise it's entertaining.
And Black Meets World on Twitter.
Tell your friends, your family, your partner, them.
Spread the word. If y'all want to be on the podcast, hit us up. We're making some moves. We're trying to figure it out. We love guests.
And it's just a damn good time. Imagine just hanging out.
Imagine getting to hang out with us and drink with us.
And drinking like for a good hour or so.
And by hour, she means forever. All right, y'all. Happy 2016.
Happy New Year, y'all. Talk to y'all in the new year. God bless.
Bye.
Mwah.